Hi, welcome to Full Flow with Chloe, where I'm wearing a vaguely Christmassy attire and we're whacking out the winter weight. Sparkly one. Look at that lovely tartan background, and they've got glitter on them and they're super snowy. It is officially December. Woo! So we can officially get them out. It's the Chariot. So yesterday we had the Emperor, who's like about ruling through balance, because he's like all four kings. And so it's like having a balanced rulership, leadership, and being balanced in your power. And so traditionally, the Emperor rides the chariot. And this is why it's about balance, because you have your two, usually horses, but here we've got two lovely reindeer. And Santa is our emperor. And it's about like getting the horses level or getting your deer level so you've not got a wonky sled and like all your presents are going to tip out the side, because that would kind of ruin Christmas. No child wants to get hit on the head with their Christmas present and knocked out, That's random. Anyway, so the chariot is about finding your balance and, riding both your deer and not letting, one overpower the other. And yeah, staying strong, staying calm, staying steady. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Santa says, steady as you go. Ooh, those two. Ooh. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I had to just have a second to figure out the Roman numerals. It's early in the day. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, no. There's 8, and the symbolism is all very much, oh my God, the cards are sliding everywhere. Very much that. I've lost control of my sleigh. Oh, but it has revealed 2 gorgeous cards that I'm going to take. Oh, and the next one's quite nice. So, like, putting your graft in to get where you're going. And so we've got a bit of like mastery, balanced leadership, steering your horses in the same direction. And this is putting your graft in, like how far you've come and what you have gained. And so we have the gorgeous little elf, like, just, like whistle while you work vibe of like just cracking on with it and like digging in to getting the job done and enjoying it and like reaping at some point. He knows he's going to the 10 of Pentacles, but he's in his 8 of Pentacles stage where he's like, yeah, I'm really going for this. I've got the energy, I'm going for it. The next one, the 8 of, in this case, snowballs. But it's the 8 of Wands. They are actually sticks, but they're kind of like flying snowballs. Which is like incoming fire, incoming message. So this is a mercurial card, and we have got Mercury going direct now. I think it's still in Scorpio, but it's going to make its way towards Sag. We have got Venus moving to Sagittarius, so she's slipping in there. So things might be getting exciting there. Relationships, communication about relationships and meetups might be incoming, very much so, because it's all a go-go. But make sure you have got your sleigh sailing straight so that you reach the proper direction with this. And now that Mercury retrograde's over, however, we've got a helping hand, so communication should move a lot more smoothly and swiftly, like those 8 of snowballs. And we also have the Star. We had it yesterday, and as my deck started to slide, this card showed itself. So it's that magic, it's the wish upon a star, it's have your Christmas wishes, and it's that belief. It's very Aquarian. So we actually have the character very much symbolising the Aquarian water bearer, although they're an air sign. But they do have an attachment to water also. They're like the source of the good quenching water, but then they breathe in the air and they send the ripples on the water, like the communication, which is quite interesting. Ripples on the water are like communication. We have this communication card. So rather interesting. I think actually Pluto's in Aquarius right now, and this Venus, when it moves over into Sagittarius, I think it's going to make some kind of harmonious connection to Pluto, which is interesting. That is very interesting. And with Mercury going direct as well now. And we also have the Ace of Swords. Ding, ding, ding. The crown chakra is lit. It's like, yes, I've had my awareness, my realization, my epiphany. I know, I have the answers. It's an epiphany. So our swords are often like our mental energy, our intellect. So there's going to be a realization. It might be quite a magical one from some healthy incoming communication and plans being made that, you know, you've grafted maybe through Mercury retrograde, keeping your sleigh balanced and trying to stop those presents tipping over and like dropping from the heavens and knocking out children. You know, and you've been grafting away, and now you've got this lovely incoming wonderfulness. And we're going to take one from the Yuletide, Seasons of the Witch. Rather a festive looking one as well. So you're going to be seeing a lot of the Winter Weight deck and a lot of this deck, because it's so like, it's the season. It's a bit weird to knock it out in like, you know, the middle of May, isn't it? So got to get that deck in while I can. So I've got 2 together. Now I'm going to keep going. It's 2 that are stuck together that are an ascension. You know what? Let's have a look at these. Have I actually shuffled them ever? No, the rest are in like literally the most random order. Yeah, no, we are taking them together. I have been into this deck and shuffled them before. Just a coincidence that they're both next to each other. Okay, Cardinal Medicine. Gorgeous red birds on here. Thyself bleeds of sacredness in honour fit for the gods. You are worth all the seas and all the skies and all the desires you hold inside. That's very that star card. All the desires you hold inside. Believe. This is a card of belief and wishes and manifestation. And this is saying you are worth all the seas and all the skies. I was talking about water and air on this card. All the seas and all the skies and all the desires you hold inside. And this is about believing and having your wishes. That's about this, yeah? And ceremony. I call upon those heralds of winter, dimming light for better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips. A spell I'll cast for thy spirits in me. And it's got a rather sexy lady in a veil here. With this like ceremony thing, I'm like, we've got a full moon in Gemini, which is a sign of communication as well, and we've got quite a lot of communication vibes on the cards. We've got a full moon in Gemini on the 4th, so like literally like 2 days, right? Maybe do a full moon ceremony, maybe like release a load of stuff you need to release to invite in what you do want. Also, another pinnacle time that's coming up is literally like, you know, Yule, which is why we're using the Yule deck. But this is about winter solstice. And honouring the fact that it's our darkest time and letting it be, but also honouring the light coming back. When we get to the winter solstice, it's the darkest day of the year. And the sun kind of stops in this stasis for a while at the darkest point. But then after that point, once we're past it, the light starts creeping back and it's like, oh my God, the sun's coming back. You know, it's summertime, spring, things in full bloom. Like we're the furthest away from that full bloom point of nature. We're in like the dark, shedded time, but we will be coming back to that bountifulness as the sun comes back in. So it's about inviting back in that hope, that knowing and that trusting that it's going to get good again and we will be back in our full flourish. And that is the reading, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and all that jazz. And I will see you again soon with more of these fabulously wintry cards that are now all over the floor that I've got to pick up because loads fell. I only picked up the ones that flipped over for me though. Oh.